Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to get started on the Mythic Legion's 8th year wave, Hadriana. This one is a personal favorite of the wave. I was super excited for her. Shout out to Walter for making sure that I did get her. He was on top of me for that. Yeah, I gotta say, Hadriana is one of my favorite. Everyone knows I love the female knights. I love the 2.0 style bodies. Gives me a little bit more wiggle room for articulation. But when you add red and gold, two of my favorite colors, it's just really nice. The look of underneath with the chainmail and the brown leather really add that extra spice to it for me. But more importantly, it was the lion mane head that really did it in for me, and I had to have gotten it. So when I'm actually like reviewing it, you'll see. But yeah, I love everything. She leads the army of the Red Shield, which pretty much back up the army of Leodices. I don't know if I said that right. I probably said that wrong, but someone will correct me, and that's what matters. It's just dope. Everything about this, and this is just the bare minimum on the figure, looking really cool. So as we get a look around, this is your standard typical 2.0 body, but I just feel like the extra paint that went into this is really nice. The straps are painted brown. We have even our back piece, which connects all her stuff. There's latches on it that actually show adding into it, which is really nice. We have the brown and the gold here, and just the red that really makes it pop. I love everything about this. Well, and I think the coolest thing is that if we can zoom in, you'll see that we can actually lift her helmet up. I think she's one of the first characters where you can do that without it being a part swap or anything like that. Just, it actually does. And what's really cool is you can't see it here. When you get the figure, if you do choose to get it, the eyes do line up with the eyes of sight within the mask. So it's very accurate, which is pretty cool. Now, as far as articulation, you will get your standard articulation for a Mythic Legion, right? She can actually tilt her head side to side a little bit. She can look up. Well, there we go. Gotta grab the mask too. She can look up, can look down. She can tilt left and right, go left and right. Our arms can lift all the way up. I don't see too much of an issue there. Look there, right? We don't have bicep swivel, but we do have a forearm swivel. It gets down to 90 degrees, and we do have a gauntlet swivel as well. We have a horizontal hinge for the hands. We can rotate our arms all the way around when we don't have any sort of armor on top for the Pauldrons. As far as our waist articulation, we actually lose a little bit here due to this design here, but we can still go left and go right. We can go backwards, but going forwards is going to be your biggest issue as you lose out on that front articulation. But it's not pretty terrible, trust me. For Legions, it just seems to work, especially with the being able to lift the leg all the way up and rotate to the side. But for those of you that like deep front articulation, this will be missed on this figure. Sorry. As far as our legs, as I've shown before, we can lift our leg all the way up. We do have a thigh swivel. We have even a knee swivel. We can get down to about 90 degrees in our curvature. We have front, back, and generous side-to-side ankle pivot because of that leg joint, which gives it room for lots of movement, or at least looking the part for our movement. And as you can see here, it's crazy because even though she's not double jointed, she still can look really good posed up, doing some really nice articulation. So now let's take a second, because now my battery's dying. And it's weird because I did charge it, which is very weird. And I think I've been using these batteries too long because they don't last so long anymore. But we do need to jump to accessories, and I'm going to swap batteries, which takes all of 30 seconds. See you guys in 1 second though. So I left Hadriana posed up, and now we're going to jump into her accessories. The first thing I want to do is go over her really nice hammer. Comes here in 2 parts. Zoom out just a little bit. So we have the nice hammer. Comes here in 2 parts. You can just plug it into top. And it even has a tiny mace at the end. So that way you have basically a double-edged weapon where you can protect yourself. Even has a pointy end to smash in faces. So you get a 3-sided hammer for defense and offense. Really nice. It's gold painted and has those tints of brown in there as well. Really love this kind of stuff. And I love when characters like this handle this kind of stuff. If I dropped her. Even when I stand her straight up, it will show that her hammer is way bigger than her, and I love that kind of stuff. I do. I really do. I don't know, man. Fantasy stuff just hits a different kind of like cool factor for me, man. I seem like a different person sometimes. But she is with her hammer, looking really, really good. And I love it. Oh, let me fix that focus. There we go. Looking cool as ever, right? We're going to talk about the fact that she does come with 2 pauldrons that look really good on her. And we're going to talk about these as we add on some really cool accessories for her. Because she does come with a cape. And she comes with a fur. Because she actually attaches both. A cape on top of her fur. And the pauldrons will hold that in place. I actually have a custom made wired cape. This is not included. So for those of you that are not listening and probably reading the little closed caption right there, this is a custom cape. Custom. Right? But let's take the time to attach this kind of stuff as it looks really cool. I'm going to attach my custom cape because I like the way this looks. Ooh. Oh wow, everything just kind of fell in my face. You know what? Let's take the time to address something that was actually talked about with 2.0 bodies. Now, I know a lot of people have some issues with their 2.0s, their ankles getting really loose. What I can recommend if yours does get really loose very quickly is that you can apply some clear nail polish at the joints, and I'll show you that in a second. And those clear nail polish, after it dries, will help with the friction on your figure and keep it going just a little while longer. What you're going to do is you're going to apply some friction all on top of this clear part. Applying it there means when it dries up, you pop it in and it'll keep it from causing friction. The same can be applied down here once you heat it up and take the bottom joint off. That way it'll keep your figure from falling. Oop. Mine's doing that probably from all the weight I've been putting on it. So now we have a pauldron and cape on. Well, we have a pauldrons and her cape on. And as you can see, she does look really good here. Really majestic. And I love that. I love that kind of look. It just sits really well with me how cool this kind of stuff looks. As far as her other accessories, you will get 2 back, well, actually you get 3, but here you get the 1.0 and 2.0 back adapters. One for the smaller way, like wings or arms, or whatever it is you want to choose to, and stuff for the newer, larger wings. You will get a bandolier. You will get a knight's sword with its sheath. And it's sheathable. My favorite kind of sword. You will get the last piece, the conversion adapter. You'll get a mace with a flail. Or is it flail with mace? Either way, spin like a helicopter. Whoa! Next up, you get an alternate head sculpt for a knight. So even if you didn't want to use Hadriana with her lion's mane, you can actually use it, the knight's helmet. This is also similar to the one that Cassia came with, one of my favorite characters. So yeah, you can create your own army. And as you see, the red shield, red, gold bolts, little rivets in there. So nice. But yeah, Hadriana, dope as hell. But it may not be a drink of water, and that's totally fine. But I'm glad you made it this far into the video, because now we're going to jump into the size comparisons. So let's get to it, guys. Alright, size time. This is where it gets fun. Let's do some other Mythic Legions first. Then we'll jump into some other stuff. Here is a Knight 1.0 style body next to Hadriana. Right. Then we have King Bromden, a dwarf, who's a little uneven right now, but don't mind him. He's just always grumpy. We have Snag, a goblin. So now we got some Mythic Legion sizes. Then we're going to do a 2.0 styled Dark Elf Ranger. I was about to say Mystic Elf Ranger. Been watching too much Dota. But yeah, these are various sizes that we can get that are not Ogre or Stone Troll or whatever crazy other thing we get right now. And then, just because we have it out now, we can do Bali as Horse. So now we can square up Horse with these guys and show Horse is much bigger than all of these guys, because Horse is Horse, right? So let's take all these guys away, showing how cool they are. Why am I singing Powerpuff Girls? Whatever, don't mind me. Next up, here's McFarlane the Witcher, in case you want to do some real cool crossover stuff. So here he is. He does not stand very well, but he does stand very much taller than Hadriana. Right? We're going to do a Star Wars Hawk the Pilot. So with our Star Wars stuff, we're a little bit smaller, but I don't mind it. People are different sizes, and that's okay. Then we have a Lightning Collection White Ranger. Then we'll do a, here's a Mezco Batman, right? Then we'll do a NECA Predator, which stands always taller. So we can just kind of put him in the background. We got a bunch of various different sizes. And Mythic Legions, I don't know what kind of scale they are, but I know they fit well for me. But that doesn't mean it applies to everyone else, right? Because I make it work. I like to do a lot of action-oriented shots, so you might not care about height right there. Next up, in case you want to get really cool, and we can get, shout out to Moria, rest in peace, dog, for real. We have Figma Guts, which has a much smaller head, but height-wise, he seems to line up really well with her, right? And I think that about sums up most of it. Oh, last but not least, here's your main man in SH Fig Arts, Kamen Rider Kuga. I forgot to turn off his light function, but yeah. Shout out to Full Cart Toys for that. I'll probably do a video on that as well too. But yeah, so this is dope. I love Hadriana, one of my favorites. I really hope you guys enjoy the photos I did for her. I had a blast working on her. So thank you guys for trying out new stuff, giving Mythic Legions a shot, or just trying it in general and just being like, hey, I want to watch something different. Shout out to you for coming here and stumbling here wildly. Maybe you're drunk or had too many pancakes. It doesn't matter. Thank you for watching, for real. So as always, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.